everyone. We're going to graph the rational function f of x here. This is an introductory video if you've never graphed rational functions before. Usually they look something like this. It's something like this. They have little branches that approach lines called asymptotes. So we have to find vertical asymptote and the horizontal asymptote. The vertical asymptote is pretty easy. It's just what makes the function undefined. But basically what that means is where you can't divide by 0. So in this case, our x cannot equal 0. That means we have a vertical asymptote at x equals 0. All right. Horizontal is a little more conceptual. The horizontal is the value of the function as it approaches a certain number. So as y approaches a certain number, as x gets bigger. So if I plug in a big X, let's plug in 100. And we're doing an approximation here. We get 99 divided by 100. Well, that's very close to 1. But just to make sure, what you want to do is even plug in a larger number. So let's say I plug in 1,000,000. So 1,000,000 minus 1. Well, you can see that this number is even closer to 1. So that's how you get your horizontal, because as x increases, what is my value of y going to get close to? And that is your approximation. So your horizontal asymptote is going to be y equals 1. So we're going to graph those and then finish the graph with plotting certain points. So let's plot y equals 1. I dashed the line because they're supposed to be like invisible lines. And I'll go ahead and do your x equals 0. So this is our new, it's like translation of the axis. So we're kind of like, this is your center. All right. So this goes off to infinity there. Now, we need some branches. And what we want to do is just, we don't want to use the calculator right now. You could. But let's plug in some points. So if I plug in 1 for this value here, I'm going to get 0 over 1. That equals 0. So we have a point right here. If I plug in 1/2, that's going to go to -1. So that goes here. And if I plug in 2, that goes to 1/2. So if you know the form of your graph and what it looks like, then you graph it like this. It gets closer and closer to the asymptotes. Remember, we said as my x gets bigger and bigger, this is going to get really close to y equals 1. Just like that. All right. Now for the, we have to do both sides. So let's plug in -1. If I plug in -1, so that's -1, I'm going to get 2 right there. And then these are kind of symmetric about the origin here. You can plug in -1/2, and that's going to map to 3. If I plug in -2, that gives me 1.5 right there. That kind of gives you, if you do the 3 points, it gives you the branches here. You graph it like this. And it's always good to start graphing without the calculator because you get the concept better when you do that. And that would be the sketch of the graph. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.